We're going on a little field trip.
Where? Harding silencing Roswell again.
The name of the game is control the narrative.
The world needs to know what's really going on. I've seen too much. I've got to get to the bottom of this.
Our tour on the set of the second season of Project Blue Book begins in this impressive costume department.
Hi, I'm Margaret. I'm the assistant costume designer for Project Blue Book Season 2. This is our costumes office and studio where everything happens. So as you can see, we have racks of period costumes. Our show does a lot of rural, so we have a lot of rural costumes in our BG, but we also have a lot of city, and we have a lot of different looks in the 1950s, early 50s, 1953. And so as you can see, we have children's, we have women's. This is some of our cast that is stored right here. Most of our cast costumes are on the costumes truck, so I don't have a great example of what our leads wear, but you will see it on the costumes truck later. And so we have shoes, racks and racks of shoes, hats, fedoras are a big part of our show. All the men wear proper fedoras with a proper brim length. That's a big deal for our costume designer, Carla. And ties also are very specific in width, in length, and in pattern, obviously, for 1953. So down here we have lady suits, lots of fedoras. We're getting close to finishing our episodes, so a lot of our stuff has been wrapped, and all of that stuff goes on the back wall. As we're wrapped an episode, it all comes off the costumes truck, and it is labeled from character to character, from scene to scene, and then it's all stored so that if we need to reshoot anything, we can grab it, put it back on the actor, and then off we go. We repeat costumes sometimes because that's what would happen in real life as well, right? Not a lot, but a little bit. You'll see, for example, Hynek's iconic wool coat. We see him wearing that, and we recognize him immediately as Hynek. Yeah. Or Dr. Alan Hynek, when he's wearing that coat. It's become quite iconic, actually. We stock everything, we hot stock everything. So everything from season 1 we kept, and then we have logs of every costume and every change, so that when we need to go back and refer, if we have flashbacks, which we do from season 1 in season 2, we're able to pull that costume or find it somehow and put it back onto the actor.
Good evening. I'm General James Harding from the United States Air Force. And we're here tonight live from Roswell, New Mexico. I want to talk to you about a rumor that's been circulating, again, about a mysterious crash that's happened here in the desert. I'm here to tell you, the American people, that it's just a hoax.
So everyone, this is Jo Riley. She's our fantastic background coordinator, and she's in charge of deciding what all the background actors wear on the show. She does research for everyone, so you can always rely on Jo for accurate information. It's a very, very tedious, time-consuming job, and Jo's perfect at it, so there you go.
Research nerd right here, yes. So with all the uniforms in the show, and so many people care so much about American uniforms, what year they changed this badge. It's very important that we try to get it right as much as we can. So we really try hard. A lot of these uniforms are 75, 80 years old. They're real. And not, very hard to get reproductions in the quantity we need. So it's a lot of tender loving care and repair and rejuvenation of these items. So the uniforms is one thing. This season alone, we've done the U.S. Air Force in the 50s. We've done the U.S. Air Force in 1947 when it was joint with the Army and the Navy, and it was one allied force. So we had to research 1947 and collect those uniforms, which were even older. We also have done the Canadian Air Force this year, RCAF, and right now we're doing the Navy. So I've had to learn a lot of different things this year for everybody. It's been complicated. So, but it's fun, it's interesting, it's never boring. And then of course all the 50s things. This year we're going to a few places in the world. It's always the same period, so around the world people had the same waistline, way up here. The men's pants are like, they're very hard to get people to wear them up here. They're not used to it because it's so different. It's such a different look. But as soon as you have your belt here and it's touching your ribs, you look like you're from the 50s. It makes everything else magically beautiful. It's a ton of fun with all the accessories. Women wear hats, they wear gloves, they wear beads, they wear earrings, everything matched. They had shoes. So that's super fun.
The name of the game is control the narrative.
If the government is covering up the existence of flying saucers, then you and I are in the best position to expose that truth.
We're about to enter the most highly restricted military test site in America. Welcome to Area 51.
My name is Lindy. I'm the costume truck supervisor here at Project Blue Book. I am in charge of taking care of everybody's clothes and the costumes, maintaining them, cleaning them, making sure everybody's wearing exactly what they need to be wearing for the scene, for the day, and getting everything back at the end of the night. This is our number one, Hynek. He has actually a full 2 sets of rails worth of clothing. He has quite a few. Everything starting from episode 1 all the way across, and then we move into our episode 10, which we're filming right now. So he's obviously, being a scientist, he wears a lot of tailored blazers to go with all of his dress shirts, a lot of tailored pants. So they always have to look nice and fitted. And he always iconically wears his suspenders. And he also likes his ties. So he has ties that go with certain outfits. And then we have an entire section of ties that we can actually play with and pull from if we decide that the new outfit needs a new tie. And then we can move over to our number 2. Quinn he's military. He's a little more clean and pressed than, say, our Hynek is. He's very military. So very often he will be seen in his uniform. So this is his uniform jacket for these episodes right now. Never seen without his tie. Everything is always nice and pressed, nice and ready for him. And even when he's at home, he's usually just in a t-shirt and a nice clean pressed pair of pants. And that's when he's just being relaxed. His flight jacket is not here right now because it's on him right now. But his flight jacket, if you saw it earlier, is a big leather wool flight jacket. So now that we have our men, now we move into our leading ladies. Unfortunately, most of Mimi's closet has actually been sent back to the studio for a fitting for her episode 8 look. But she did just wear these. This is her classic swing coat. So whenever she's out and about, very often she'll wear her blue swing coat. This one was handmade for her. So it's not a rental, it's just a design. And then very often with her, we'll take pieces like a blouse that's been bought, and then of course everything is tailored in just for her. And then we get to play with number 4, who is our Susie, who's a little more delicate and a little more put together. She's always very put together. I'm just trying to find you a really good photo of an outfit that she wears. So this is one of the outfits that she was just in. This is a little jacket designed by our designer. So she has her cigarette pants. She's always in very slim cigarette pants and a really nice tailored little jacket. She's very put together, very sexy. These are our generals here. So their costumes are also vintage, rentals on the uniforms. And then Props actually puts on the pins for us, so they stay there. And again, even if it's rented, it's usually tailored to their body. So it always makes them look sharp. And same with that was our General Harding. This is our General Valentine. So this rack here is full of characters who have finished for the season, for the show. And what we do is we make sure that all of their pieces are put back together, and then we'll put it all in a bag and send it up top here with a sticker on it that tells us exactly who it is, when they played, and what's inside the bag. At the end of the season, we'll then take all those bags and we'll put them in a warehouse and hang on to them. So these are all friends that have left us now. Thank you so much, and I hope you guys enjoy season 2 of Project Blue Book.
The world needs to know what's really going on here.
You've seen how far the government will go to cover their secrets. They could ruin you.
If we're going to war, let's fire the first shot. They're real. They're real.
The brand new series of Project Blue Book, Thursdays at 2200 on Epic Drama.